everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Penny. I am a master esthetician here in Portland, Oregon, and I'm excited that you're here today, you guys, because we're going to do a version of the Friday Q&A. I'm actually just going to take one single question today and we're going to dissect it and you will understand why. This question actually comes from Christine Soto, and she says, can you put a list of products and facial tools that we can use on our face, neck, and chest for anti-aging on a budget, including a Retinoid that is budget friendly, quality products, but effective? Yes, I can. Today's the day. We're going to do a budget friendly skincare routine for anti-aging. Now, I want to stress that this is just a framework. This is just an idea, a full routine with budget friendly products. So obviously we can add and subtract depending on skincare concern, but I kind of tried to hit as many of the common skincare concerns when we are aging. So I want to get right into it. First of all, obviously cleansing is super important. I do really like a double cleanse at night, and my favorite, not just budget, but favorite cleansing balm is actually the Physicians Formula. This is the Perfect Matcha. I really like this, you guys. It does have fragrance in it. Doesn't bother me. I find it to be incredibly pleasant. You can see I use the heck out of it. I use this almost every night. I actually have several different cleansing balms and I reach for this one quite often. I do find that it helps break down my makeup and prepare me for my second cleanse. It lasts forever. It's a great option. So that's your first cleanse. Second cleanse, and I talked about this in my most recent favorites. I feel like this one would cover the majority of people depending on your skin type because it's a normal to dry cleanser, leaning more towards normal. So that is the Roche Posay. This is the Toleriane Hydrating Gentle Cleanser. I talked about this a bunch in my favorites. I will link that video. Love this. I feel like you get 13.52 ounces and it's around $15. Very budget friendly. It lasts forever. I use probably 3 pumps-ish and I cleanse my face and my neck, you know, all the way down, and it rinses very clean. Now, if you are extremely dry, I think that this is not hydrating enough. However, that said, it's far better than if you use something that foamed if you're really, really dry. Now, if you are normal to oily, the Pigmentclar from La Roche Posay is amazing. It uses lipohydroxy acid, which is a kind of relative of salicylic acid. It is a beta hydroxy acid that is able to kind of exfoliate the pore lining. It works on oil. It helps to, you know, loosen up debris and keep your pores clear, but it's also very good for pigment. So between those two cleansers, as long as you're not extremely dry, I think that those would fit into most people's routine well on a budget. Now, as far as what we're going to do after we cleanse at night, primarily, I find at night to be the time that we want to use our pigment inhibitors and our retinoids. So in this particular routine, the pigment inhibitor that I'm going to suggest is by JJ Labs. And you guys, you can get this on their Etsy shop and actually kind of customize it. You can get a pump and you can communicate with the owner of the company and she can help you to exactly what you need. And I think that that's a great value. So that's on Etsy. You can find this on Amazon. That's where I purchased it originally, but I want you to know about that Etsy option. And this is their tranexamic acid, arbutin, vitamin C and E, licorice, and hyaluronic acid serum. Now, all of those things are brighteners, pigment inhibitors, and hydrators. And that's no joke. The tranexamic acid alone to me is a fantastic hydroquinone alternative. When you put in arbutin, which is kind of the non-chemical version of hydroquinone, licorice, which is also an anti-inflammatory soothing agent, and that anti-inflammatory action helps with pigment. And then vitamin C, of course, is an antioxidant, brightening, and vitamin E just helps it work better. Of course, hyaluronic acid is a humectant. This is an all-in-one, very affordable, fantastic serum, and they make these made to order. I just think JJ Labs is incredible. I really do. Okay, so this would be used at night. Now, you can cocktail other things at night and that kind of thing, but I think that this one is fantastic. As far as a retinoid is concerned, I use osmosis right now, which is definitely not budget friendly, and I love that very much. Well, that's obviously not in this video because it's not budget friendly, but what you can look into is La Roche Posay has a new Adapalene, and that is a vitamin A. It's a retinoid, and it's about $30 for a tube. If you are acne prone, it is a fantastic option. Now, there is also Differin on the market that you can get over the counter, and I want to say that's around $15 or $20 also. That's another fantastic retinoid option, budget friendly, easy to get. You can also get Avene, makes a fantastic retinaldehyde, and Mychelle also has a retinaldehyde that I like very, very much. Now, those are some budget friendly retinoid options. I will link all of these down below under the vitamin A/retinoid links, okay? So that you have some great options for budget friendly retinoids. Okay, now moving on from that. So at night, you're gonna be using your double cleanse, you're gonna be using your pigment inhibitors, and you're gonna be using your retinoid of some sort. At that point, a lot of people need some hydration, and then they need a moisturizer that's gonna help hold the hydration in, and that will help to mitigate any irritation that comes with using a retinoid. So my recommendation for that for at night, you can use the Hada Labo Perfect Gel. This is a hyaluronic acid based cream gel, and it does a fantastic job of hydrating the skin and really plumping up the tissue, getting in there and just giving you kind of a little drink of water. Well, in order to hold on to that and really lock it in at night, especially with retinoid use, you want to use something occlusive. I like things with squalane in them, and a lot of you have asked me about affordable products with squalane, and this one from La Roche Posay is really stellar, you guys. This has squalane in the first few ingredients, and then it also has niacinamide, and it doesn't have any bad ingredients, all good. I also really like that it is a lotion consistency. So you can see it isn't crazy thick or heavy, but it packs a punch as far as the job that it's going to do, being occlusive, holding in water. It also has shea butter in it, and yet it's very lightweight and just user friendly. It feels really good on the skin without being too heavy. So if you are someone who, you know, CeraVe just didn't work for you because it was too heavy feeling, then this might be a really nice option. Now, CeraVe in the tub is also a great occlusive moisturizer, great for at night. So you just have to decide which type of occlusive moisturizer that you might like, but you're gonna put on a hydrator and then you're gonna lock it in with an occlusive moisturizer. Another option for at night is Cos De Baha, and I'm really enjoying their peptide cream. Now this is their MA peptide cream. It is pure hyaluronic acid, Matrixyl 3000, and argireline. This is a great cream. It comes in a pump, super inexpensive, and beautiful consistency. So if you're looking for a peptide cream that contains Matrixyl 3000, that's a cell communicating ingredient, and argireline, those are peptides that are going to help with collagen synthesis and definitely going to help with hydration, then this might be one that you want to consider. It's a beautiful formula in a hyaluronic acid base. Cos De Baha did send this to me. In the beginning, I ordered all the Cos De Baha myself. Then after the company realized I was talking about them, they have sent me some things. This is one of them, and I am so thankful because it is a beautiful, beautiful product, and it's around, I think, $13 or $14 for 1.7 ounces. So if you're looking for a moisturizer that contains peptides, this is a good one. Okay, so that would be your nighttime routine. That is a fantastic anti-aging nighttime routine on a budget. Very inexpensive all the way around. Now, for daytime, I do keep it a tiny bit more simple. So I would cleanse again, especially if we're keeping this on a budget. It's not a bad idea to, use the same cleanser morning and night so that you don't have too many things. This is a good one. Again, it is just fragrance free. It is very simple and it does a great job. As long as you are not extremely dry, this one is great for morning and for night. Okay, so we're gonna cleanse our skin. Now, if you have concerns with pores or your general barrier function or pigment, then we can go in and use a niacinamide toner. This one is from Cos De Baha. And again, this is definitely not sponsored. They do not know I'm doing this video. I just really, really like this brand. And when we are talking about budget, honestly, I can hardly think of a better brand, budget-friendly brand than Cos De Baha. So you're gonna see a lot of that, because they aren't just, to me, budget favorites, they're just favorites of mine. I really, really enjoy this brand. So this is a 5% niacinamide toner. 5% niacinamide, which is vitamin B3, is kind of the sweet spot for niacinamide. It's perfect for helping to, stabilize your barrier, which helps in turn with the appearance of your pore size. It also is fantastic in the fight against excess pigment. So this is a wonderful value. You get 6.76 ounces and it's under $15. It's just a beautiful toner if those are some of your skincare concerns. On other days of the week, you can use their acid toner. Now, something I want to explain about this acid toner is I don't ever use this as a leave-on toner. The way that I use this just a couple times a week, it is a 7% glycolic acid, which is alpha hydroxy acid, and a 0.5 salicylic acid, which is a beta hydroxy acid. Those two ingredients are gonna do a couple things. Number one, they're gonna help exfoliate the surface of our skin by kind of just dislodging the glue that is holding dead keratin together so that we can exfoliate the stuff off of our face that needs to go. The 0.5 salicylic acid, that's a beta hydroxy acid. It is oil loving. That's gonna help with exfoliating pore lining and kind of loosening up debris on our face. So this toner is doing kind of two things. It's helping to dislodge debris, but it's also helping loosen up dead stuff. So that really can help reveal, less congestion, so less blackheads, and just brighter, clearer, better textured skin. There's an ingredient or two in here that I don't think should be left on your face. So I like to put this on right after I have cleansed, and I leave it on for a minute or two, and then I just splash my face and I move on with my skincare routine. And in that way, I think that this is a fantastic way to get acid toning, alpha hydroxy acid and beta hydroxy acid into your routine and get an effective chemical exfoliation a couple times a week at an amazing price point. So that's how I would use that one in the mornings. I use those in the mornings. And then as far as hydration is concerned during the day, to keep this budget friendly, you can, if you are normal to dry or normal, you can go ahead and use your hyaluronic acid from Hada Labo, the perfect gel. And what you can do, if you are, maybe normal to combo and this feels like it's a little too much for you, definitely always use it on damp skin, but you can add a couple drops of water into the palm of your hand into this and kind of thin it out a little bit. Then it turns almost into a hyaluronic acid serum, and it is even better for people who are on the combo side of normal. So this becomes a morning and a nighttime hydrator. Okay, the last thing that I'm gonna do, of course, during the day on any budget, doesn't matter, is I'm gonna use the sunscreen. I talked about this in my current favorites. This is a current favorite, not because it is budget friendly, but because it is just a current favorite, and it is by Drmtlgy. This is their Tinted Moisturizer SPF 46 in their universal tint. This is such a beautiful sunscreen, you guys, and it has absolutely nothing to do with budget. I like this against any sunscreen I've used at any price point. It is a quote unquote universal tint. Obviously, if you are a very dark tone, I think this would still be too light for you. So universal is an awfully loose term in general. But I would say that this fits kind of a gamut of skin tones, because what they have done is they have taken it and they've gotten rid of the white. It isn't much of coverage because it really is very, very sheer. But what they've done is they've kind of offset the white cast. And what I like about it is the tone is not too warm and the tone is not too pink or gray. It just kind of disappears, okay? So, and it doesn't leave white. So I feel like that ends up fitting more people across the spectrum. Even if you're actually darker than that, at least it's not leaving a white cast and you might be able to get away with it. So in that respect, it's more universal than, you know, a white sunscreen. I tell you what, this has niacinamide in it. Again, you can see I really enjoy niacinamide. It's not an expensive ingredient, but it's such a good ingredient, which is why in a budget-friendly routine, niacinamide is a fantastic ingredient to have across the board. This has it and it's beautiful and it looks like almost like a primer, and I'm wearing it today only. I don't have anything else on my face today because I did a TCA peel on Sunday. This is actually Wednesday, and I want to share that with you too because I think that this could be part of a great budget-friendly skincare routine, and that is a TCA peel. Now, you guys know that I am super conservative when it comes to what you do at home, but I also really feel like it's important to empower people to do some of this stuff on their own. And I think if you choose the right strength of TCA and you educate yourself on prep and post care, it is one of the best ways to anti-age. It helps fight pigment, fine lines. It helps with texture. Just probably my favorite chemical for chemical peel. And the Dermalure line, again, purchased this myself. I did this one, the 15% on Sunday, and I am starting to peel. I've got so much hydration on. I have a few of these things on right now, plus a really generous amount of this Drmtlgy, and that's it. I didn't wear any makeup because it would emphasize the flakes that are starting to happen. But what I like about this is you can kind of customize it and do as light of a peel as you want, or you can do a stronger peel by adding more layers. So 10 and 15% TCA is a wonderful at-home way to get a chemical peel in and really affect the way that your skin looks as far as aging. Now, I'm gonna do obviously a whole video on TCA peel. I'm gonna walk you through, I'm gonna show you how I put it on Sunday, and I'm gonna take you through as soon as this is done peeling, I will finish that video and post it for you guys because I wanted you to really see the progression. But just so you know, here we are, it's Wednesday, and I had Monday and Tuesday, I had to work. My face was just fine. I'm just starting to break up. I'll probably be a hot mess for Thanksgiving, but that's okay. But you will see that progression and kind of know what you're getting into. You do not have to like peel your face off to get some really great anti-aging benefits. And I want to show you how you can do a light peel. And if you do a long series of them, you can get some great results. I feel like that is something that if you educate yourself well enough, you can definitely do it. Okay, so that is a budget-friendly routine. What do we have here? We have a great cleansing system. We have a retinoid involved. We have pigment inhibiting and vitamin C. And then we also obviously have hydration, moisture, and sunscreen. You guys, we have it all. We have chemical exfoliation. It's all in here. And you know what I'm gonna do? In the description box, I'm gonna list the price of every single one of these things that I suggested, and we're gonna put a total. And I'm willing to bet that the total amount for all of this is less than the cost of probably 2 of my favorite high-end things. So if you are on a budget, this should be relatively budget-friendly. Now, I cannot emphasize enough how obviously people have different skincare concerns and different types of skin. And so some of these things might have to be substituted with something else. But I felt like this was a great general routine for people who are wanting to combat pigment, fine lines, wrinkles, and dehydration and dryness, which is a lot of the common concerns as we age. I hope that you guys found this video helpful, and definitely check the description box because I am adding international suggestions and links. So if some of these things aren't available in your country and I can find something that is like it, I will definitely let you know about that for sure. As of right now, I've got the UK and Canada, and I'm so excited to finally be able to search and know what the heck you guys are able to get your hands on, because I didn't know before, and it's always bugged me. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.